Hello, how are y'all doing today? Hello, I'm Doug Pittman. I'm one of the coaches here at First Baptist Church Upward's program, and today I want to tell y'all a story. This will be found in Luke chapter 9 and also in John chapter 6. The story starts with Jesus, and he's with the disciples. The disciples were his best friends. They were fishermen, and Jesus blessed the disciples, and he said, I want you to go out into all the villages and tell people about me. And Jesus blessed the disciples and gave them the ability to heal people. And they left and they went all throughout the area and talked about Jesus and told who he was. They even healed people. Jesus was back at the Sea of Galilee and they came to him after they'd finished. And the whole area had heard about Jesus. And so the crowds followed him. And they had a multitude of people. They were estimated there was over 5,000 men. That just was counting the guys. They had children and ladies there as well. And Jesus sat with that crowd and they taught them all day long. Well, Jesus began to have compassion on that crowd. They were probably getting tired. You know, when you're at school, after you've been at school all day long, you get tired because you're learning. Well, they also get hungry. What's the first thing you want to do after you eat at school? You want to eat a snack. Well, Jesus saw that they were hungry. And so he said that the disciples said, well, let's just send them back home and make them go get their own food. And Jesus is like, no, I need you to feed them. Well, the disciples came and they said, look, Jesus, all we found were a small boy's lunch. It was 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish to feed a multitude. 5,000 or more people. There's more, 5,000 people wouldn't fit in the gym here. But Jesus took those 5 loaves and 2 fish. The first thing Jesus did was he prayed over it. And he blessed it. And then he looked up and he broke it. He broke the bread. He had the disciples put all the people in different groups. And then he sent the broken bread and fish into the disciples. And they went to each group and they fed them. The Bible says that they ate till they were full. Everybody had plenty. And then they had stuff left over. Jesus said, go back and collect all the broken parts and bring it back. And they did. The disciples went and they carried these baskets. The baskets were about waist high, they said. So these were not little bitty baskets. But they came back with over 12 basketfuls of leftovers. How did this small meal start out with this and only this? And then it ended up feeding 12. Our God is perfect. Jesus was perfect in his love for us. He provided extra. Maybe all the disciples now had food. Maybe he had more for others as they traveled along the way because they were way out in the country. But Jesus blessed this food and had love for us. I like this story because the disciples were like us. They had a problem. They decided to fix it on their own, but they never stopped to pray. Once they realized they couldn't fix it, they went to Jesus and he helped their need. He filled what they had to have. It gave them what they needed. I also love the part about the little boy. Somebody loved him enough to send him along the way for the lunch, the backpack full of food. They loved him enough to say, hey, go. I've got to work today or something. I can't be here, but I want you to go. The best place for you be at the feet of our Father, Jesus. I don't know if it was a mom or a dad or aunt, uncle, stepmom, neighbor, but they thought enough of that little boy and he went. And that little boy just said, I can help. He shared what he had. That took a lot of courage. He wasn't fancy, wasn't glamorous. He just used what he had. So today I hope that you will, 1, stop and pray when you have a need. 2, use what you've got. Use your talents, your resources. And God will bless those things.